October. Megan, what happens in October?
Halloween.
Yes!
Your favorite.
One of my favorite fun activities in October.
Scaring
little kids.
It sounds so bad.
I know, but it's so fun. But one of the desserts that we make.
On Halloween. We have to give a backstory to this. You dress up like a witch and you love
scaring little kids and giving candy out. It's all good.
She gets in
but
character.
I feed
Takes
them.
It very seriously.
I feed everybody. So it's an open house. We make chili.
The whole family gets chili.
Pumpkin squares.
Which is what we're going to be making today.
Okay. So it's 3 parts. We have a crust, we have a filling, and we have a topping. And then we get to eat the deliciousness.
Yes.
And we hope you'll make it.
So we're going to start with the crust. And what you need
is we're going to go ahead. We're going to do
everything in here together.
That's it.
So we have a stick
and a half. Here, I'll help you. A stick and a half, or otherwise
what
known.
is it? Softened butter. It is just very soft.
Really soft.
We've just left this out to soften it. If you don't leave it out, you can always heat it up a little bit. We're not big fans of the microwave.
Nah. So
sometimes I set it on top of the stove while it's heating, and
that's
it'll soften
great
the butter.
idea. Okay, and this is what did I say?
That's
1.5 cup.
Cup and a quarter.
Oh, okay.
A cup and a quarter.
Cup and a quarter.
Of
this
Pamela's.
is gluten-free flour. So can you show them the difference flours makes?
We love Pamela's. So there's this all-purpose one.
So this one does not have the leavening agent, the thing that makes things rise, which is baking soda or baking powder. So this is like a cup for cup, and then you can add your own baking soda, baking powder.
Also,
this is what we're using today is the baking and pancake mix, and the reason why we choose it is because there's actually almonds in it, so it gives the crust a little more flavor.
That nuttiness, because we're using pecans in this crust, so it's just really
And now we're going to add a 1/2 cup of pecan meal, and all we did is grind up.
Take chopped or whole pecans and put it in a food processor, and
yeah, exactly. And then 1/3 cup of organic cane sugar.
And you could use like a coconut sugar or another one.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then 1/4 cup of our famous cocoa nut flour, because
we love the coconut flour.
Bob's Red Mill makes a great one.
Coconut flour.
All right.
And now we're just gonna mix it up.
That's right. That's all we're gonna do. So this, by the way,
yes, talk about it.
Fabulous thing is called a pastry blender.
Pegs and her gadgets.
I love it. So the soft butter makes it.
If you
really
don't have a
nice.
pastry blender, could you use something
Forks.
else?
Forks. Because your dough is your flour, this crust is a softened butter. You can also use. It's fine if your butter isn't soft. And so you can.
Soften just makes it go this whole process a lot easier.
Help
you out, yes.
All right. And so this is wonderful crust for not just pumpkin squares, you guys. This is a great It's a great crust for like lemon squares.
Oh.
Or so many other bar
like
types.
any bars, because if you're just putting it in a Pyrex, you can put whatever filling on top you want.
You got it.
Oh my goodness, this is genius. And so the reason why you're doing this is to incorporate the butter, so it's again giving you that flakiness, and so that it's not.
Well, this one isn't. Well, it is kind of a flaky cookie kind of a crust, which is awesome. Okay. So it's almost all incorporated. I want to kind of show you here. You're just blending this up. And then what I like to do is, if it's a little too sticky, I'll just keep a little flour close by. So give me just like a little bit. And I kind of feel it and see if it needs just a tad more. This is actually pretty good. And we're just going to bring it into a ball.
Just a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to put a little in there?
I think I put a little bit in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our, let me move this out of the way here, is our Pyrex 9x13 pan. And we're just going to flatten it all in the bottom. All right, and that's where you'll need probably a little bit of flour, because it does get a little sticky on your hands.
So our oven has been preheating at 350 degrees, and this is you have to bake this before you put the filling on top of it. So
you have to bake it and let it cool just a little bit.
Yes, because you don't want all of the pumpkin to kind of absorb into it.
Well, it just kind of breaks the crust. So
we don't want the crust to be broken until we cut it.
That's right. So here it is, all nice and flattened. Ta-da! Ready to go in the oven and we'll bake it for about 15 minutes. All right?
Perfect.
So while the crust is baking, we're gonna go ahead and make the filling and the topping.
Pumpkin filling.
That's
Yum,
it.
yum, yum.
So what we're using is, we're gonna use a whole can of this organic pumpkin filling. Megan, why don't you put it in?
You can also use regular if you have pumpkin.
Oh my goodness, they're called sugar pumpkins, and
Oh,
you
yummy.
bake them, and you make the same measurement.
This
of
is a
about-
convenience thing.
Well, and it's organic and it's fabulous, and why not? But sometimes they run out of the regular pumpkin, and so they'll have pumpkin pie mix. You can use this, just eliminate all the seasonings, the vanilla and the pumpkin pie spice. So you can totally use this, same everything else. All right?
Love it.
So now you're gonna go ahead and then add 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. So again, if you can't find organic sweetened condensed milk, you can use evaporated milk. It comes out more like a pumpkin pie, but you have to sweeten it. So you add a little more sugar, whether
You can
it's...
make sweetened condensed milk too in the oven pretty.
It's cooked down.
Yeah, in the pot.
Evaporated milk. Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
milk with sugar cooked down to like a syrup. And it's again a really nice convenient way to bake and have things just ready to go. All right? And then we're going to add 2 eggs. And then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of the organic vanilla extract. And then we're going to add a tablespoon and a half of this, I want to show you guys, pumpkin pie spice. All right?
So it's like cinnamon and nutmeg
and ginger and allspice, all ready made
cloves.
up.
It's delicious.
So I'm going to do 1 1/2. So I'm only filling this up halfway, and I put it in. All right, and then Megan's going to whirl it up. And you're just whirling it, just blending it so that it's all nice and well blended. You can do it a little higher. So when you do it a little higher, it aerates the eggs and makes it all nice and really fluffy.
It smells delicious.
It smells like Thanksgiving and Halloween and fall.
Pumpkin yumminess.
It is. It's fall. I just love those savory smells. All right, so that's pretty much it. Does it feel like it's all blended, Meg?
Yeah, it feels blended to me.
All right, so we're gonna set that aside.
Super blended.
Yep. And then we're gonna put this here. And now we're gonna make the topping for
The squares.
the squares.
The crumbly topping. It's
So we're gonna add a 1/2 of a stick of butter. In it goes. You can cut it up, but again, just like the crust, it's fine. And then we have 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar,
brown.
because that's like a streusel topping that we're making.
Yes.
A teaspoon of cinnamon. And this time we don't grind the nutmeg. We leave them chunky
Because
and
that's the
pieces.
topping of it.
Yeah.
You have, okay, how much nuts?
That's a 1/2 cup.
1/2 cup of nuts.
And then a 1/2 cup of your flour.
And this is just going to kind of keep it all together.
Correct.
And again, we're using the pastry blender because you don't want to, you want it to be like crumbles that you can crumble across the top of it.
Exactement. So I
Was this
start...
softened butter too?
This was softened too.
Again,
and again,
doesn't
it's
really-
softened to room temperature is plenty fine. And the deal with this is that you want to get it crumbly. So I start it with the pastry blender, and then I end with my hands
Fingers.
because I want it to be crumbly.
And if you love this topping, you can totally double this and just make extra on top. That's typically what I do when I make it because it's just so good.
And what's really good with it as well is you can add it to pancake batter to make it
yeah,
fun.
if you have
Like
a
a
little too
pumpkin.
much. Yeah.
Pumpkin pancakes or waffles. Oh my goodness, so good. And it makes a nice surprise streusel topping, or even for muffins, Meg.
Yeah, this is just a great little topper.
Oops, I'm making noise with my bracelet here. Okay, so here it is, the crumble. And now we have our cooled crust, all right, that we're going to bring over here.
We're going to pour this, and you want to make sure it's cooled.
All right,
I'm pouring this.
pour that on the top. Because if it's not cooled, what'll happen, it'll go through your crust. All right, and get every last morsel of it. Meg, you want to use your spatula over there?
Getting over.
And it just, yeah. So if you want thinner pumpkin squares, you can use a larger Pyrex pan. They have them 11 by 18, you know, however you like. These are a little more thick, but they're fabulous. Ooh, and then
I'm
just spread it
spreading
around.
it all over.
Oh no, it's fine. And then here, Meg, let's go ahead. You take some and I'll take some.
Then we just sprinkle it
And
on
we
top.
just sprinkle this all on the top.
Ooh.
It's so nice. And like Megan said, you can make a little bit more of it.
Because this is the stuff that when you get this is that little bit extra sweetness. And it's like Halloween time, so everyone wants that little extra sugar. And homemade sugar treats are way, way better than all the store-bought candies.
Okay, so this we're gonna put in, again, our preheated 350-degree oven for about anywhere, depending on your oven and how hot it is, about 40 to 45 minutes, or until a knife inserted comes out clean.
Perfect.
All right, here we go.
Look at how beautiful it is, all done. So it's been cooking, we cooked it for,
So about 40 minutes.
and now we've let it cool, and now it's time to eat it.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, my mouth is watering. I love these. These are just, it's so nostalgic. Those are big pieces. Are we sharing?
Oh, yes. We each get to have one.
Oh,
Bite.
yum.
It's still warm, which makes it ever so perfect when we put a little whipped cream on top.
Yes, and we have 2 whipped creams here. You have like a light one.
And you can have just the regular one. However, you can also make fresh and dollop it.
You keep talking to them about this while I
So
take a bite
for
of
this recipe, go to currygirlskitchen.com. Visit us on Facebook, Pinterest.
Instagram, Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, you need to make this right now. It is so good.
Oh, come on. Let me get some of this
Here, I'll
whipped
help
cream.
you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Heavenly bite.